Let's effing bow. I feel like that's what it's supposed to feel like when you get a win in Broncos country, wearing the Retros jerseys. I'm Todd Davis alongside Knowshon Moreno, Jurrell Casey, and I want to welcome everybody into the Toyota's Winners Lounge because today the Broncos got the dub, and it looked fantastic. I don't know if it was the jerseys, I don't know if it was Steve Foley and Reddy Grandishire, what the energy was in the building, but the Broncos defense played absolutely phenomenal, and the Broncos offense played really good as well, so it felt good to be a Broncos fan today, and it looked really good out there in the field. And let's start off with your big takeaways from today. There was a lot of great things that happened, but what is the biggest takeaways that we have from this game?
Man, talk about being a bowl leaver. Today was a day. And like I said in the post-game show, if Sean Payton and those guys come out and dial this guy up on offense, and talking about dialing up an offense, not making them take big shots down the field all game long, giving him consistent players who can sit in front of him, catch the ball, make guys miss, and turn upfield and make some big plays for Bo. Give those guys a round of applause today because they did it today. Let's do it.
Yeah, I feel like this was a great game for Bo Nix. He didn't have to go out there and be Superman. A lot of the throws he made, he was able to make behind the line of scrimmage at 5 yards. You saw little Jordan Humphrey turn a 4-yard catch into a 15-yard catch. The longest play of the day really for him passing was Williams taking a screen and turning it into a 26-yard play. He was able to get good production out of his key players. He did have 206 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 rushing. I really feel like that was a great day for Bo.
Talk about 11 different receivers also getting involved today. He was able to complete it to 11 different players, not just from his stars, also from the guys who just get in for relief time also. They came in, was also impactful, and when they got their chance, they caught the ball, and it was also 4, 5, 6 yards catches. What you call that? What y'all call it on offense?
Run after
yak.
catch.
That yak, they was getting that, and that was big today. They was running like it was a rival game today.
It was a good day. It was a good day.
Yeah, I think, Todd, you said it, you guys both said it perfectly, but Todd, you kind of talked about it a little bit. You said Bo didn't have to do it. He didn't have to throw down the field. The guys were making plays behind the line of scrimmage. If that was screens to the wide receivers, screens to the backs, they were able to just go ahead and make those big plays. And I think we said that a couple weeks ago that it's not going to always be Bo. It's going to be those players having to go out there and actually make plays. You know what I mean? It ain't all on Bo. And I think the guys did go out there today and make plays when it wasn't there, and you just get run after the catch.
You don't feel hype enough for me, no. I mean, you feel too calm for a Broncos win, brother. You know what I mean? I don't know if you're you nervous about your beer you got to chug.
You got a shotgun.
There was a bet made on the pregame show that if Bo Nix was to have 2 passing touchdowns and over 175 yards, then Knowshon Moreno would have to chug a beer. He may or may not cry. We don't know what's going to happen when he chugs the beer, but that's going to happen later on in the show.
Hey, y'all,
and y'all got to stay tuned in to watch.
That nice outfit is going to be messed up by the end of the night.
No, I think he did what he had to do, honestly. I think Bo did what he had to do. I mean, the longest touchdown drive was 58 yards. What did that tell you? That tells you that the defense was playing tremendous today.
For sure.
I'm talking about Pastor 10 with 2 picks. We had Riley Moss. I think, my honorable mention of the day, because, he was able, to shut down his side of the ball. So where are they going to try to go? All right, they try to go to the other side. Big picks for Pastor 10. And then Riley Moss had himself a pick. And we talked about it before the game, that if we're going to be in any of these games, and if we're going to win any of them, it has to come down to the defense. And defense did great today, leaving us, we only had to go 58 yards to score a touchdown all day. So, if you have to do that as a quarterback, you better get in there, and as a team, you better get in and do that. And I love that they did that. I think Sean Payton's play calling were decent today. They just got it done. Having to just go 58 yards, all day, I think that's a good day. But it all starts on defense, I believe.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I feel like Pastor 10 is definitely my game changer for this game, or my biggest takeaway, I should say. I think that everyone always asks, like, why isn't Pat Defensive Player of the Year? Like, why isn't he getting all the accolades that he should, even though he is All-Pro and Pro Bowl player? Like, I think the way that he does that is the picks. He's locked down. You can't throw to his side. 7 catches, 87. What did they say? 86 different
total yards. 86 total yards, 7 catches,
and not many touchdowns.
4
no touchdowns
with the last 7 top receivers that he lined up against in the league. Talk about shutdown.
Yeah, he's been shut down. And I think this is what separates him from being a shutdown corner to like an all-world corner like Revis Island, Pat Island.
For sure.
Defensive Player of the Year is his ability to get interceptions. Today he had a 100-yard interception, the longest interception in Broncos history. I was there when Akeem had one for like 99, and it is no joke. You got to have the speed to get there, and he was running like a gazelle, so he has to be my biggest takeaway. That defense and Pastor Tan were playing with their hair on fire today.
Man, that defense overall, just the front. Talked about the front getting after him, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That dude, they was getting after those guys up front. You know, I thought they started off the first half kind of rocky with the run game, letting those guys get a couple big runs in there. But once they calmed down, dude, that front was beautiful. Getting pressure left and right. They got the guy benched over there. Yeah. So for that right there, I think the defensive front, the linebacker, starting with Justin Sturton came out and played a heck of a game. Had, 7 to 8 some tackles at the end of that game?
Yeah,
he came out phenomenal. I think those guys across the board from every position stepped up to the task today. What was asked of them, then that's to dominate that offense, and they did that.
Right, and that's what you want to do. You want to come out the second half and, make adjustments. And I think that the Broncos did do that. They went into that first half, I think it was 10-10, or maybe it was 13-10, right?
Thank God for you.
Because there's always something with special teams with Broncos. You know what I mean? Something always happens. Hey, luckily we did. They got that penalty, moved us up, and we got you got that field goal going into half. But yeah, you go into halftime, you make those halftime adjustments, and I think defense in the second half just said, nah, no more. You know what I mean? So that was perfect, and that's what you need. We talked about this. That's what you're going to need, with a young quarterback and an offense that's not very explosive right now.
Yeah, they've been playing great, and I think that the defense as a whole, if they continue to carry us like they have been, I think there's like no limits to the season. I don't want to, make any huge projections, but if the Broncos defense can continue to play elite offenses or offenses that aren't very good in the Raiders and continue to be dominant, I think there's nothing that can stop us from reaching our goals from this year. Let's go through the game a little bit. We can kind of break it up quarter by quarter and kind of talk through what we saw within the game.
Yep.
First quarter, we got to break it down. It wasn't pretty. It started off pretty bad for the Broncos defense and the Broncos as a whole. Brock Bowers and the Raiders offense is able to march down the field. He has 2 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown. It just didn't start the way the Broncos wanted to start. They started like lackluster on offense. I don't know if they weren't ready for it or if, our Achilles heel has kind of been good tight ends for a couple years as the Broncos, but just didn't start off how we wanted to start off this game.
I think the biggest thing was just the play calling. I think they did a great job over there on the Raiders side of the ball of dialing up a lot of misdirection, starting off the game, misdirection runs, hitting those tight ends, coming with some delayed release plays like that, and popping those guys. But Bowers did a good job getting open and, being a big presence for Minshew early in the game. But that's what comes with, not really knowing how to attack a guy. But Vince did a great job coming out that, I wouldn't even say second half. I say mid-second quarter of making his adjustments and really figuring out what they were trying to do to him and really putting a stop to it. So I think they did a great job of that.
Yeah, I think Vance did a great job of adjusting the entire day.
Yeah, same here. Like I'm not surprised. Mm-hmm. That's why it's not really much to say about the defense because, yeah, they let up some runs, like you said, Jurrell, early up, and you're like, dang, why are they letting up these big runs? They put up some scores up early. Bowers, you're like, damn, it's gonna be a long day if they ain't covering Bowers. Like, come on. Finally, they shut all that down. You know what I mean? And we said going into the game that they could put some pressure on Minshew, and they did all day. Right?
Yeah,
so I'm definitely not surprised about that. Offensively, we did what we had to do, but I'm still not sold yet.
Yeah.
I'm still not sold yet. Can we put a real drive together where it's going to be, 75-yard drive, an 80-yard drive here and there? But if the defense can play like this the whole season, then okay. But what's the likelihood of that? What's the percentage of that happening? I'm not really sure. So they did what they had to do. We put some points on the board, a really big win going into a game next week that we can win again versus the Chargers that they're going to Charger. You know what I mean? They're going to mess something up. You know what I mean? So I think it's another game that you can go in and win. So we'll see.
We'll definitely see, and I definitely can understand why you haven't fully bought in yet. That first half was really tough for the Broncos. The Broncos go 0 of 3 on third down. We don't convert to a first down within that first quarter. The Raiders are able to put up 3 more points on the board. We're down 10-0, but that is it for the Raiders. The Raiders don't score again the rest of the game, and it's all in part to this Broncos defense. Will Lutz kicks a 51-yard field goal that puts us on the board, down 10-3, and then after that, the Raiders look like they're going on a run that will kind of break the game away. They get all the way down to about the 4-yard line, putting together some really great passes. They even have Brock Bowers wide open for the touchdown, and God thank Gardner Minshew for overthrowing the ball. Pat Surtain gets the interception.
That's probably what got him benched, really, is that play. It's like,
how'd you do that? How?
Impossible, Sway.
I don't know how you sail that one. Yeah, for sure.
But that's not our fault as Broncos.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? He gave the ball to Pat Surtain. That's what they say about interceptions, though. Tips and overthrows. It's not always that you're going to be in perfect position to kind of jump a route. A lot of times, like you saw Pat, the first interception was an overthrow, second interception was a tip to himself. Yep. That's just what happens with interceptions. He's able to take advantage of it, gets the 100-yard interception return for a touchdown, and then also in that same second quarter, Will Lutz is able to put 3 more points on the board. And this is where I feel like the offense kind of got going. I know this at the end of the half, he misses the 60-yard field goal. They have a penalty that gives us another shot. It happens again with Will Lutz. It happened last year to help us win a game. You know, if he doesn't make it the first time, they're going to create a penalty. I think I'm just waiting for the flag to come out so he gets another shot at it.
I think the biggest part is that they did a great job of keeping the offense balanced over there.
Yeah.
I think that was the main thing that got the offense going. As the defense started to turn around, that big play turned everything around. Got our offense onto the board. We finally got points. Like you said, we come back down, we get the field goal. Now it's kind of like, let's slow it down for both, right? And I think they start doing that. They start giving Javonte the rock. He's now running the ball harder than ever.
Yep.
He's over here making guys miss. Great cut lane. The O-line was up there making lanes that my big self can run through. so I know that those guys out there having a blast out there running behind that line, and that right there I think got that ball rolling and was letting Bo Nix sit back there and say, hey, my players is playing for me there. Let me dump this here, let me bump that here. Don't put them in stressful situations where I got to force something. You know, you see a couple of those at the beginning of the game when he's trying to force some of those tight passes. Yeah. And I think the coach, we've seen this clip with him and Sean going back and forth. We don't get there, but I think all that back and forth, and it's just him just coming into his player now, understanding, knowing how to manage a game. You don't got to win a game, let's manage it.
Yeah, and hit the open guys. And I mean, guys that are on your hip are open in the NFL. You know, I mean, you got to make those tight window throws, and you saw, I think, in the first half, some of those throws were in tight windows and they weren't there. Mm-hmm. But he got a little bit comfortable. He made some throws in the second half. He made some throws late in the second. To kind of get them down there and the red zone to put some scores on the board to get that field goal like we talked about. But, we need more, I think. I think we need more. Javonte, like you mentioned, man, had a really, really good game on the ground. He was the leading receiver of the day with, 50 yards? You know what I mean? I mean, that should tell you a lot about what the game was about as well. But at the same time, he was spreading that thing around to the playmakers and letting them make plays. So it was what it was.
That's what it's all about, letting your playmakers make plays. And before we get into the second half, I got to tell you about our friends over at UCHealth and their Ready, Set, Go challenge. The goal of the challenge is to get Colorado back to its rightful place as the healthiest state. And they have brought along the one and only Coach Prime. And a couple of his personas, and this one specifically is Sleep Prime. And Sleep Prime is here to tell you to get 8 hours of sleep, because when you get 8 hours of sleep, you will feel ready, set, go. Sleep is a very key part of our overall health, and we need to prioritize getting 8 quality hours a night. A lot of things happen while you sleep, from physical well-being to neurological benefits. It's one of the main ways to get and keep yourself healthy. You don't want to sleep on sleep. Sleep is important. I got a 7-week-old baby at home, so I'm not getting much of it, so I can let you know just how important it is. 8 hours of sleep is the magic number. Make a good night's sleep a priority. Make sure you put your phone down. That blue light, they do a lot, when they're making these phones and making electronics. It's tailored to keep you on the phone, and that blue light will keep your mind up and keep it active, and you want to quiet it down, settle it down. Try some guided meditation sleep apps, help you get your body in the prime zone to be able to take a good night's rest. If you want to join the UCHealth Ready, Set, Go challenge, click the link in the show notes, or go to www.uchealth.org/ready, set, co. All right, let's get into the second half. Oh, wait. Yeah, here. Go ahead. Do your thing.
All right, guys, and I'm going to be here to tell you about Toyota, the official vehicle of the DNVR.
Popped up
we love it so much. Hey, man, I'm a superstar producer. I know what I'm doing, man. I actually work for a living right back here. Man, we love Toyota at DNVR. It's always done a great job for us. I know a bunch of DNVR people drive Toyotas. They have the new 4Runner, which is dope. They have the Land Cruisers back as well. Just Toyota all the way around, man. Trucks has always been in Toyota's DNA. We love them so much here at DNVR. They've always helped us out. Please go visit your Front Range Toyota stores location near you, AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson's Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota, official partner of the NFL.
Hey, hell yeah, man. If y'all love seeing Yaya on screen and having the Yaya cam, give us a thumbs up, man. We working hard. Yaya's doing his thing. He's on the keyboard. He's in front of the camera. He's the man behind it all. So, give us a thumbs up to show y'all here your love. And let's get into the second half. Start with the third quarter. Third quarter started off a little shaky, I can't lie. I was a little nervous the way it started. Max Crosby has a sack. One-on-one with Adam Troutman. Like Trout, that's not what he's paid to do, though. I wouldn't necessarily line him up and tell him to block Max Crosby all day. Wouldn't really trust a tackle one-on-one, but he has a sack. He has 2 on the day. So he had a good game, but I'm thankful that we didn't let Max Crosby come in to be a game wrecker. Marvin Mims has a great return in the third quarter, a 38 return that ends up setting up the 4-yard TD catch to Jaleel. Another catch from behind the line of scrimmage, but I think Jaleel is great in space. That's what he does. He's able to make guys miss, and he's really able to show his true athleticism out there in space.
I think that was another good play call. Again, offense in the opposing red zone, because we got a great return. Love to see it. And it was a great play call. You know what I mean? Put your playmaker in space. Let him do it with his legs. And he had a blocker out there, one of the tight ends. It was a good play, man. And he made a great effort to reach for that pylon to stay in bounds. So it was a good play call at that point. Yeah,
I think that was tremendous. And then after that, Riley Moss has another big play for the defense. He gets a pick. I don't think Riley Moss is really talked about enough. Playing opposite baby. Pat Surtain, I think you have to understand how many times you're going to get targeted and how often it's going to be tough on you. And he's doing a great job of handling all the pressure that's being put on his plate, as well as making game-changing plays, whether it's forced fumbles, picks. He's making big plays for this team, PBUs. And, I just don't think we talk about Riley Moss enough.
I think these are the moments for those guys. I was an underdog a lot in my career, right? And when you get out there and you're the underdog in that position group, it's your job to go out there and hold it down and carry that chip on your shoulder. And I think he's showing up every week and doing that. And his performance, I barely have known the guy, and I'm just watching him, and I'm loving his performance hands down. Just his quick twitch, the way he play ball. You don't see a lot of DBs doing that these days. Yeah. A lot of DBs just find themselves in a lucky position, or they look for that penalty where they can hold on to you. I think he's playing great football, of being able to be in great positioning, and I think him and Santana is training together, working together. Whatever Santana's over there doing is rubbing off on Moss for sure.
Yeah, he's not scared. He plays with a swagger. Line up whoever you want. When he was sitting there talking about Gary Wilson, and everybody thought it would just be Pat Surtain versus Gary Wilson. They were all like, whoever he lines up against will be ready to play. Mm-hmm. And I think it was the same thing today. It didn't matter if it was Jacoby Myers or any other Raiders receiver. Nobody's afraid in that Broncos secondary. Brandon Jones plays great football. PJ Locke plays great football. When you have 4 guys that just do whatever you want, we ready to go, that's a scary group to try and go up against week in and week out.
And you don't have to worry about playing matchup, right?
Yeah.
Play our defense, do what we do, and whoever's out here, we're going to be able to play with you. And that's what you see with that Broncos defense. When Santana was getting that pick across the middle, he's roaming around, coming across the field. He's not lining up at a normal DB position, right? He's running across the field, roaming around. They throw overthrow, he's right there in position. Him and the safety in position to catch a pick. Any one of them could have got it, but Santana jumps in front of it, take it 100 yards down the field. Well, you can't ask for nothing better than that out your secondary.
You really can't.
And I believe what you got to admire about all that too with those young guys that you had mentioned is that it wasn't given to them. You know what I mean? They earned those positions. They earned these positions, you know what I mean? And they're going out there and proving that they belong. You know what I mean? And if you got a front four that can get to the quarterback like they've been doing, that just makes your job a little bit easier on the outside as well.
What?
So, love to see it, man.
And that's exactly what our guy over here, McCall, was just talking about. 4-man rush all day long.
Yep.
He didn't have to send too much pressure today. He didn't have to send too much pressure. No guys was getting there. Yeah, they probably didn't get him down for too many sacks, right? But to have pressure on the quarterback to keep him moving and to come out that game, I think we have 4 total sacks on the day, 5 sacks on the day, is a great day for a defense.
Yeah, I think it was a great day. And I think the defense turned into offense. All the plays that we had that were game-changing on defense, whether it was a Pat Surtain pick, it turned into points. The Riley Moss pick, it turned into points. Pat Surtain's second pick, it turned into points. And then in the fourth quarter, Bo Nix has a 1-yard run. And then he also has an 8-yard pass. That's what's making Knowshon, chuck up here.
It was 50 yards plus the whole day.
For sure.
That's all they had to do was go 50 yards.
But
you better go 50. I love that,
ask for that.
I'm pretty sure
that's what they gave him, though.
And that's what they're going to have to continue to get.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback in this NFL league would love 50 yards and only.
Listen, of course. And you love to see it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying
beautiful.
that it's going to become a point where we're going to have to go the whole distance of the field.
What would have been the argument if he didn't put up those numbers with 50 yards and less?
We would have been. It would have been a tough shot.
You know what I'm saying?
We would have really been talking
that's
crazy.
The thing. Like when you got to do what you get.
He did what he had to do.
And
but did it look pretty?
I think it looked beautiful.
I thought the first quarter was.
Bro,
there was rough.
There was a few where it was
but then as the game went on, they got better.
He managed the game. They were a balanced offense the whole game, starting from the first quarter, going into the third quarter. 1 or 2 bad throws that he tried to attempt.
Yep.
The man was 12 for 10 in the first quarter.
10 for 12.
10 for 12.
Yeah.
10 for 12 in the first quarter.
Okay, what did he have?
In the first half.
19 for 27.
1927.
And the best thing about him, I think the big problem.
When you're throwing 5 yards and under, you better complete those. That's all I'm saying.
Managing the game. You have quarterbacks out there that can't manage a game like that. They will smoke it.
How long is 5 yards after the line of scrimmage going to get us? And
when you have this defense, that's what you do.
Yeah, when you have this defense.
Yeah.
But
we can't go hypothetically.
What is going to happen?
We got to work with what we got.
We can't say the defense is going to continue this the whole season.
Why not?
No, we can't. But
we just can't because we don't know what's going to. And now, knock on wood. Let's knock on. Injuries or whatever might happen. You just never know. That's what I'm saying. And throwing 5-yard hitches, 5-yard screens. The whole game, I don't think it's going to cut it for the whole season. But he did what he had to do.
He did what he had to do, and I think that there was the hitches and the slants all game is not going to cut it. But I think that we did see just a little bit of play variety with some of the boots that came into play. The touchdown to Josh Reynolds. I think the boots getting involved in the pockets. I think that was a good throw. He also had a good throw to Troy Franklin in the first half. It's all about variety. It's about making him feel comfortable with the short throws, but you also have to allow him to take some deep shots so that he can feel comfortable in this league. Because if he never does it, he'll never feel comfortable enough to do it. So I think that'll come with time. For now, I will take 3 touchdowns, 206 yards, and if it looks like that and we get a win, I'm all for it.
Okay. Yeah. I'll say. Anyway, the win comes. I'm right with you, bro. I've always been that kind of guy. Always been that kind of player. Don't matter what my stats look like. If we get the dub, I'm like, yo, we got the dub. Let's move on to next week. I got another week to prove myself, right?
Yeah.
So that's all that matters at the end of the day. It just doesn't look, all the way sexy. But it's all right. It's all right.
What about this? Okay, he has 206 and 3 touchdowns.
And he protect the ball.
He protected the ball. If Troy Franklin doesn't drop that ball, he goes for 275, 4 touchdowns. That's a hell of a day for any quarterback. Sure. I don't care if you're a Hall of Fame quarterback. I don't care if you're a rookie quarterback. 275 and 4 touchdowns. That was the day he should have had. Mm-hmm. I mean, Troy Franklin dropped the ball, which you can't put that on a stat sheet. You can't. You know what I wish you could write on the stat sheets? Like what really happened.
What could have happened?
Like when you throw a ball perfectly and it hits the receiver's hand, and then a pick happens. You got to be able to write on the stat sheet like I threw the perfect ball, but it got picked because my receiver dropped it. Like he should be able to add 75 yards to his stat sheet and just say, Troy Franklin dropped the ball, so like a little asterisk next to it. So
For
like,
sure,
that really
for sure.
counted
I
it.
mean, you better make a wide open throw when the guy busts the coverage. Whip-de-doo. I'm sorry, man. I'm a hard critic.
But what do you want?
I want you to make those throws, yes. But I also want you to make the tight ones when it matters.
I feel
3rd
you.
and 7.
Definitely.
That's what I want. I'm sorry, but that's what I really want. And I'm not saying he can't get there, but it's just not there yet.
Yeah,
But we got the win. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I give you that.
It is what it is.
Because we talked about that. You had a couple of plays where Minshew hit those guys right in the belly. Tight coverage on the 3rd and shorts and 3rd and 7 type routes. And they come up with great catches, right? And you see that a lot with Bo, where when the tight coverage is, and you want that pass to be right there on the guy's chest, and half the time is always behind wide receivers, and to give a chance for a DB to be able.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's not the pressure. It's straight just throws. He got to be a little bit more consistent with his passes, his accuracy, but. I think it's going to come over time, like you say. Just I hope it comes over time. He's been doing it for a long time. Now, you just got to keep practicing, right? And that's all you can do. The tempo and speed of when guys are running routes and stuff like that is different here in the NFL compared to a lot of times in the college, you're doing a lot more sit-down routes, right? And in the NFL, you're doing more carrying your routes. And we got to hit your guys on the run, get the ball in front of them where they can stay in stride. And I think that's what Bo have to practice a little more, hitting his guys in stride and getting those guys better chance to catch the football.
And this is a confidence booster. This is a confidence booster for him, man. This is a great game for him, bro. Multiple touchdowns.
Yeah.
You know, don't get it twisted. You know, you build off of this kind of game, man. So I would love to see him, you know, duplicate this next week because it's all about consistency in this league. You can't have a high, you play the Bucks and have a high, and then you come back to the Jets, forget about the weather, and you have a game, you know, 60 yards passing, and then you come back this game, 200. Like, come on now. I don't want to ride this roller coaster. Be consistent. You know what I mean? So he has another week next week versus a Chargers team that I think you can get.
And that's the part that's a dagger, right? Because this is where coaches start thinking when you're not consistent. You have a game like this and come back next week and have a game like you had last week. That's when things really start getting wary around here. So we definitely need this to be a stepping stone and him not to go 20 steps backwards. Because he made a great jump today. Yeah. Knowing how to manage a game, knowing how to hit players when it's time to hit a player. I think he did that today. If he can carry that into the next week and the week after that, I think Bo got a good chance of putting a good team together over there and being a good leader for this squad.
Yeah, and that's what I'm happy about. I feel like this is like a step in the right direction, another step in the right direction. Like, he's making the right plays. He's doing what he needs to do. We're going to get into our picks that we made before the game, who would be a game changer. But before that, one of the things I really loved today is I felt like Bo kind of like took a step in his confidence, not only with how he played, but there is like a little bit of an exchange on the sideline between Bo Nix and Sean Payton. And I actually love to see that as a player because it lets me know you're not some rookie who could just be talked too crazy or you're not sure yourself. I don't know what the conversation is here, but he is very adamant about, hey, I made the right call. What I saw out there is what I felt like was right. And I feel like that's confidence in himself. And his ability to voice that frustration or that concern or how he felt is imperative for him to be a good quarterback because quarterbacks in this league is all about confidence. If you're a great quarterback, you're going to have a lot of confidence. If you're a bad quarterback and making bad throws and have a lot of interceptions, you're not going to have much confidence in yourself. So this tells me that he feels like he knows what he's doing. He feels confident in what he's doing. And I actually love to see it. And I don't think there's any bad blood here. That's just two guys talking about, you know, a play call. There's no bad blood. It's just passion. And I love to see that from Bo Nix.
Bruh. All right, if y'all would have heard me in here when this was going on, bro, I was screaming, man. I was like, I love to see that passion, man. Because listen, you can hear so much noise from the outside, people like us, from the fans, from the media, but you're the ones out there on the field with your brothers, bro, right? And the coaches, they ain't out there either. So what you're seeing as a player, man, means a lot. So, you know what I mean? It don't matter what the play call was, bro. I was seeing this. That's why you come to the sideline, you know, after every series and you sit down with your position coach and you're going over, okay, the series. Okay, you're going over this play. Okay, they brought this blitz. Okay, you could have did this right here on this run. Okay, what you seeing? Now we all sitting there. You're like, what you seeing? You asking the guy that was just ran the series. No, Sean, what you seeing out there? How they flowing?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they flowing, man. Oh, they hitting the gap. You know what I mean? They hitting that play side real hard. I think I can hit him on the backside. Like, you're talking about this during the game, right? So I don't care what you call, Sean. Like, I saw this, I ran this, and this is what happened. You know what I mean? So when I saw that on the sideline, like, as a player, I'm just, just reminiscing about the times where I was playing, man. When I saw a guy acting like that, man, and, being confident, back to a coach, like, bro, you ain't gonna talk to me like that because I'm the one out here and I'm seeing what I'm seeing, man, it fires me up. It fired me up to see that. And I ain't gonna say I was a believer, but I was with him on that. You know what I'm saying? I was really with him on that. I love to see that. I love to see that passion, that confidence that, hey, this is what I see and whatever, we'll talk about it on Monday. You feel me? I love to see that, man. I
think that's big that you have players that can do something like that, right? That got the confidence, that got the balls to go out there and be able to challenge a coach. Because I remember being in Tennessee, we had a guy, Wesley Woodyard, captain of the team, linebacker. And
Wesley played here too.
Played here also, Broncos.
West.
And when I say, dude, it used to be times, we had some great D coordinators too. And we'd be like, Coach, what are you doing? And we'd look at Wood and be like, Wood,
get him.
Let's go. And Wood would go out there and he'd change the play. And he'd take the heat. Go over there. Hey, coach, the players didn't want this. The players supposed to come doing this, and this is what we're going to do. And coach be like, all right, as long as y'all execute, right? Mm-hmm. But you got to have those players that's willing to stand up to your coaches and fight for what the team is talking about, what the players are communicating on the sideline, and Bo is out there making the reads and trying to make decisions and to make himself better and to make the team better, right? Not going to always hit, but you got to have that moment to say, hey, shut up, Sean, sit back for a second. Mm-hmm. And I say that he probably was right in the moment of whatever he did, because if you look at that assistant coach who was sitting next to him, he almost snapped on Sean. Like,
a word?
Look at that clip again. That assistant coach standing next to stop, he kind of snapped on Sean. Like, you need to calm down because
like this is what he was doing.
Uh-huh. Definitely.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a big change from when we felt like we saw, Sean yelling at Russell
What you
Wilson.
think Russ would have acted like in that situation? That boy would have been like this, real quiet, coach. I don't like that, man.
Yeah, you got to be confident enough in what you call and what you run. And I love to see it from Bo, and it was great. And I felt like, if I just had some popcorn there, I would have loved to watch it. And if you were in the mood for some snacks, you got to hit up Circle K and their Inner Circle program. You can go, the program is free. The membership free is easy to download. Enter your email and your phone number to be fully enrolled. After that, all you need is your phone number to get the deals. Deals every day on food, drinks, and more. Sign up for Inner Circle with Circle K app and receive 25% off per gallon on your next 5 fill-ups. They have great snacks. We used to have a huge snack rack that was here, and it lasted for like 2 days.
Come on, production.
Like, it used to get ravaged. It came back. There was popcorn and there was the rings,
gummy worms.
Gummy worms. It was and they last about like 2 days because the snacks are so good. So you guys gotta hit up
gummy
Circle K.
worms is where they hit, dog. If you ain't know, get a whole pound of gummy worms, sit there and smash them one evening.
And you can get them straight from Circle K. So download the Circle K app and sign up for the Inner Circle for exclusive offers. New offers, purchase clubs, and sweepstakes are uploaded weekly.
All right, man. And when you're done with Circle K, you gotta go to Blue Chew, right? If you don't know what Blue Chew is, it's exactly what the Broncos are doing today. They were all over the field. They were incredible, man. If you're having problems in the bedroom, Blue Chew might be the answer for you. It's a great product. Many people enjoy it. If you're having a hard time with your intimate partner, whatever, a Blue Chew tablet.
Chew it up, baby.
A Blue Chew tablet can definitely help out a lot. It's a great time to be alive, man. Back in the day, if you're having problems, I don't know how you got that fixed. I don't know how you just suffered for the rest of your life, right? But man, Blue Chew is giving you guys some great offers. And just for our listeners, if you try Blue Chew for free when you use our promo code ALLCITY at checkout, just pay $5 shipping. The same price you can get a snack at Circle K. And then you stop fighting with your wife, with your girlfriend, your intimate partner.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot easier. That's BlueChew.com, promo code ALLCITY to receive first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details, important safety information. We thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast.
Shout out to Blue Chew, man. Blue Chew is nice and discreet, so you know what I'm saying? Nobody has to know what you're chewing on, but she'll know. She'll get the message. But let's parlay this into a conversation about the game changers. We talked about it in the pre-show. We all picked somebody who will be a game changer within this game. And I'll start off with mine. Javonte Williams was my game changer. And if you look at what he did today, he led the Broncos in rushing and passing, had over 110 yards all-purpose. I think that is a game changer. I think he was Bo's biggest asset and biggest outlier right out there on the field, and he really made his presence felt. He was able to finish runs. He was a little bit over 4 yards a carry, I think 4.7 yards a carry. Had a great day on the ground, had a great day in the air. That screen that he had and took for 26 was Bo's biggest pass of the day. I think that he had a tremendous day and was truly a game changer for this team.
Definitely. Your boy, Mr. 9-9, his running mate out there, 9-9, Zac Allen. I think he had a day today, y'all. He finished the game with a sack.
Yep.
He had six tackles. I think 2 of those for TFLs. He went out there, put pressure on the quarterback all day long.
Yeah.
He got Minshew benched, y'all. So I think, him and that front, they came together very well. You see them, they dialed up a whole group of stunts up front, was able to put pressure on the quarterback, was able to hold Stout up there in the second half very well against the run. I thought at the beginning he kind of started a little slow, using the shoulders a little bit more. But as you start watching the game and you start seeing the different stunts that they're doing and things like that, and you see how the linebackers feeling, like we talked about, guys just, bad blocks, getting off blocks a little bit better. Yep. But outside of that, I think he had a phenomenal day today. He constant pressure on the quarterback. Definitely there making key stops in the run game. And then he finished the game off, capped it off with a sack. Definitely thought you had a day today.
And I feel like D-line is one of those positions where you can have a great day and not have any sacks and have like
fast,
1
though.
or 2 tackles. But you put pressure on the quarterback, you made plays, you helped other people get sacks.
Yep.
But the great thing about Zac Allen is he does all that and has the stats to show for it. So that means he's really out there balling. So hats off to Zac Allen, man. I think he played a great game.
We talk about consistency. He's definitely one of those guys.
For sure.
And then for me, man, was Brandon Jones, man. I think he had a decent day today. Just coming down in the run game, made some big tackles, made sure nothing got over the top. You know what I mean? There was a couple one-on-one plays that I saw that he was in, that he swatted the ball out. It was an incomplete pass, right? So just something to stack on, man. Just something to build on. This is a confidence booster. Love to see it, man. Love to see the guys go out and just get a win. And shoot, the way that this defense is playing, man, it's just lights out. You know what I mean? It's just lights out, man. So if they keep on getting these picks, guys keep on doing what they're doing. And still, once again, you got to give hats off to Joseph, man, to Vance Joseph and the scheme that he puts together each and every week so far, man. So far, so good. Guys are getting in the zone. So you love to see it, man. So I think it was a good day from Brandon Jones.
Yeah, Vance Joseph is really putting it together. I saw him last night, and he talked about how the young guys are hunting. That's just what they're doing. They're making plays, and they're getting after people on offense. And not a young guy, but somebody I feel like we got to mention is Justin Shenault. Coming off of back-to-back good games. He started last game, his first play starting in over 2 years, or playing on defense in over 2 years. He has a sack. This game, he has multiple tackles for loss, multiple tackles, and I don't think he missed one all game. He was where he needed to be. It's hard as an inside linebacker not getting any reps, playing all special teams for 2 years, and then, your main guy goes down and you got to step in and fill that role. He's doing a great job of it, and the Broncos have not missed a beat since Justin Shenault has, really started playing and being a starter on this team.
And I think that's what you look for your young guys, right? When your number is called, to step up to the plate.
Yep.
And not just last week, but like you say, this week also, to come out there and put up big numbers and not just chase down the field type tackles. Like, hey, ball carrier, catch the rock, I'm there, make the play. Oh, you think you hit the hole? I'm here to fill it. Like, I think he was just in the right position all day long. And I give it up to those guys up front. They was holding on double teams all day long. They running double plays, running these misdirection type runs. And that front was allowing these guys up in the back end to be able to scrape across that backfield and make plays and get into those gaps and to fill the holes as much as possible.
Yeah, for sure. I put a lot of I was putting a lot of stake in the Sean Payton this game, honestly, man. I mean, all the hype around this game. You coming off a big win versus the Jets. You got all these legends, the Hall of Famers at the game. You got the the owners in the press box. The hype around the game was so big, man. And I was putting a lot of stake into to see what Sean can do in this game, what his play calling was like, and seeing if he can put on the show. Put the guys in the right positions to put on the show. And I think he did that. Now, it wasn't pretty the first half. It wasn't looking like that. But the second half, you make your adjustments. You go out there and you do what you got to do. And they came up with the big
You talking
victory.
about putting on the show. I think they did a great job of that on the defensive side of the ball, of just keeping it simple over there. I thought they did a great job just playing zone coverage, let those guys up front just do their job. And when you go turn on that tape and just see all the beautiful stunts and twists and all the different little turns that they have up front. For a D lineman, a guy like me who ran and got 50-something sacks off of just stunts.
Yep.
A couple of those are some one-on-ones, but most of them are just stunts, right? And when you can see those guys just Zach Allen just coming down there just bulldozing through a guard or a center and letting the guy come back around and wrap around and they tag team on the side, it's just beautiful to watch. And no guys up front just dialing it up. And I think Vince is doing a great job of play calling and making sure those guys is getting involved.
Well, we talked about it before the show. Like, great defenses make you one-dimensional. Like, and I think that's what they did today. We're going to stop the run, and then Gardner Minshew. And then once he got big, Javada McConnell can come in and beat us throwing, then that's just going to be the day that we have. But like we all saw, they weren't able to do that, and they weren't able to do that because of the Live Extraordinary Player of the Game presented to you by UCHealth. And that player of the game is Pat Surtain, the one and only. He had 2 picks and a pick 6. Once we said it up before, 100 yards, the longest pick 6 in Broncos history. And that's hard to do. Anytime you're breaking records like this, it's hard to do. He's already a phenomenal player, but he keeps adding to his resume. And, you know, he's my player of the game, man. I think that if he doesn't get that pick to start the game or in the second quarter of the game, the Raiders probably score again there. Now we're down 17-0, and I think it's a very different game because now you're playing from behind. You're trying to figure out how to get this young quarterback ready, and now he has to throw the ball 40-plus times to get us back into this game. And because of the plays that Pat Surtain made, that wasn't what we had. We had that pick 6 that led to 6 points, and then his second pick also led to points for the Broncos. So definitely was a game changer. You can head to uchealth.org/tomorrow and take care of your mental health today so you can have a better tomorrow.
Patrick was the game changer. Yeah. You know, we all had our game changers that we thought was going to be game changer. But Patrick, man, talk about a performance, dude. You was locked down all day. I don't think you probably gave up 1 catch today, I think, if he even gave up that.
Yeah, I think he gave up 1 catch.
I think that was it.
That's nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just to go out there and be who you are, dude. Just keep doing your thing. Keep holding it down for that defense because, man, you are a great leader out there, and those guys are definitely feeding off you. So just keep it up, big dog.
Can I just change the subject real quick?
Do your thing.
I was just thinking about something. When I was watching Pat Surtain in that game, man, I couldn't help but to think about Travis Hunter and the stuff that he's doing in college, playing both sides of the ball. Because, it's a lot of talk about, okay, when he gets to the league, would he be able to play both sides of the ball, right? Yeah. And a lot of people say no, just because of preparation, about how physical the game is. A lot of variables when it comes to playing both sides of the ball when he gets to the league. But then I started thinking, if you could become a Pat Surtain, a lockdown corner where you ain't going to get many balls to your side. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you can lock them down, then go on the offensive side where, a lot of your brute and punishment is going to be coming from because you're going to be playing receiver and getting hit. You might be able to do it, but you got to establish that. Pat Surtain's been in this league for this long. Established that mindset of being the top corner and proving it, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm just looking at how he looked out there, catching those balls down. I'm like, shoot, I'm matching him at receiver. I'm like, dude, we could see him at receiver. That'd be dope. So I was just thinking about Travis, man, and if he would be able to do both sides of the field. What's your thoughts, real quick?
I think that he could do it. I think that Pat Surtain definitely could. I feel like he has the speed to do it and, is agile enough to play receiver. I feel like it'd be tough, though, because I feel like people just don't want you to do it in the league. Like, coaches just don't want that. They want to prove a point. So I feel like for Travis, once he got in that corner, okay, we're running 3 go balls. I don't care if we, punt 3 and out. And then once he comes on offense, he's going to be tired as hell. Let's see what he could do. I feel like they're going to try to make a point for him not to be able to play both sides. But is he athletically gifted enough to do it? He's the best player in college football, hands down. Hands down.
My opinion on that, I think everybody's able to do it, right? Can you do
think
it?
You could have played O-line and could you have played O-line and D-line?
What you thought?
I did it. I did it in high school.
No, we said
in
the
the
league.
Like at the Titans, could you have played O-line and D-line?
No. No. And that's my thing. I don't think nobody can go over there and try to play 2 positions. It's rare that anybody can do that. Deion could barely even did it.
Yeah.
Like, he tried it, but he wasn't that good at it, right? He did a great job on defense. He made some great plays on offense. Yeah. But it wasn't like you were just going to be out there and be a staple person on both sides of the ball, right?
Yeah.
And when being a pro at this level, if you ain't training on your craft every single day, you bound to get out there and get beat. And the work ethic of these players nowadays, I can tell you now that they ain't out there working on both crafts every single day, getting after it in the pro level. You're gonna do it in college. Yes. That's what you got to do. You got to do it, right? Your coach is saying, hey, you're going to get the ball, you're going to do this, you don't know you're going to get targeted. It's part of it. So you got to work on that craft. You're going to do it. And the league, it's like, oh, today you might do offense.
Yeah.
Oh, tomorrow is okay. This week we ain't going to use you. So you ain't constantly working on that craft all the time. And that's why I say it's very hard and it's not really possible for these guys now.
I don't know. I just feel like he's different, bro. There's something about him that's different. I don't know, like, you guys ever seen that, I don't know why I started thinking about this, but that hot dog eating contest. No, I know. Pause. But they had a story about remember that there was this Chinese guy that would win every year. Oh, yeah. Well, there was a story that came out that the guy had a second stomach. It wasn't just that he was good at scarfing hot dogs. Pause.
Well,
but he had I don't know if he has Travis Hunter has extra lung capacity because he doesn't feel like he's ever tired. He never's tired. And I would say that maybe he can because if you look at Deion played offense and defense and then later that night played baseball. Like that, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. So I don't know. I think maybe he could do it.
My fault. I was just thinking about when I saw
Surtain. You threw us off on a tangent.
I did. I saw him out there. I was like, holy crap. But yeah, it just come down to him proving himself. All right, my fault. Yeah. We went off on a tangent.
I know. We went off to the craziest.
I just be thinking sometimes.
It went crazy for a second. But Zac's going to call in after a couple interviews. He's having the media's meeting with Sean, talking with Sean. He'll hear from a couple players, so we'll get Zac's perspective in a minute. Let's talk about the jerseys, man. We haven't talked about the jerseys yet. It just felt like a good day to be a Bronco. I thought the jerseys was crispy, and we talked about it on the show during the week. There's something about wearing a specific jersey or a jersey you don't always wear, a specialty jersey, that if you losing it, you're like, hey, I'm not putting that on. Yeah, we're not wearing this again. You know what I'm saying? But when you get a win, it's like whenever those come back out, you just remember that time you beat the Raiders 38-0 with 3 interceptions, and it becomes a good memory and a good superstition to have with the jersey.
Nah, those unis was cold today. I thought it was a beautiful thing. It was definitely dope. I thought the guys came out and performed for those uniforms, and it's one of the things you can wear them again. Todd came in with the jacket, rocking. He knew what the get down was today.
Shout out to all people that be a good person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the unis was cold, bro. So I think they definitely got to wear those again one more time for sure. Now, will they wear it again? I don't know, but I would love to have one of those helmets up in my room. I tell you that at the end of the season.
It was clean.
Those things was beautiful.
Yeah, you got to take that home.
They bring them out though. They bring them out again this season.
No, I don't think it's on the schedule.
So.
Yeah, it's once a year. Yeah. But you got to steal a helmet because sometimes in the NFL they get stingy with the equipment, man. You go and wear something out for warm, but you like, oh, that's fresh. I'm gonna put it in my locker. You go back to your locker, it's gone.
You gotta pay for that.
Yeah, you gotta pay for it. So
I wonder what the gear look like this week.
The whole week.
You always turn out the gear. They always switch the gear up for you. So you get the cool little shorts, you get the cool jackets, you got the cool little hats. And there's always the staff members that got the coldest pieces. Always. And we get the little average little workout,
where did you get that?
Outfit. Like, dog, go sneak that from the back and put that in my cubby. What's going on?
So during practice, they only got the helmets.
Yes.
They only got the helmets. They didn't get anything else.
It's crazy. But the unis got to be cold. And the Denver, they did the thing this week.
They definitely did. And before we go any further, I got to give a shout out to our friends at Bet365. Whatever the moment is never ordinary at Bet365.
Somebody said we get them against the Chiefs.
We put out a couple of bets. I think a few of them hit today. We had anytime touchdown for Bo Nix.
Yep.
I think it was plus 210. I think he had 3 of them. So hopefully we made somebody some money. And then we had Jaleel McLaughlin for 10 attempts. I think he was close. Let me see. Don't tell me he finished with 6.
6.
Not close enough. Not close enough. But come back next week. We'll have some bets for you. We'll have some better bets, and we'll make sure that your guys. I mean, you didn't have to say that. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to go over the ones that did hit. You know what I'm saying? But right now, new customers can choose from 2 offers when they open an account at Bet365. You can use code DNVR365 to sign up. Deposit $10 and choose between either the bet and get offer and place a bet of $5 or more and get $200 in bonus bets, or the first bet safety net offer by placing a bet of up to $1,000. And if your qualifying bet loses, you receive the match refund in bonus bets of $1,000. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. You must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. And
we have Coors Light, man. If you want to get chill, you got to reach for a Coors Light. How many times do we get out of work? We're tired. You want nothing else to do, so you grab a nice, refreshing Coors Light. I have mine ready. I know Knowshon has his ready because he's gonna be doing some shotgunning here pretty soon.
Oh, okay. We got a little proposition.
I mean, how good is the Coors Light right now? Especially after a Broncos win. When the mountains turn blue, it's ready for the crew. You got to give it out, hand it out to everybody. Make the most out of the times when you choose chill. Choose Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/DNVR. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Man, your hair is killing it, man. He never does ad reads. He said when it turns blue, it's ready for the crew. Come on, man.
Yeah, that was fire.
We've never once thought of that. He's killing us. Yeah, we got these super chats.
We got 8 super chats.
All right, let's see if I can read them from here.
Here, I got you. I'll make it easier for you.
Shout out to Wardell M. Maybe that's Stephen Curry. This game has made a believer. In Knowshon? Or just in general? I believe. I'm a believer.
I'm a believer.
I know that Jurrell's
What are
believer.
y'all believing in
We're gonna get.
though? I would love to just
Believing in wins. I think we're believing in wins because we're 3-2 right now. We started.
Okay,
we started
but that's not
0-2.
fair. No.
What do you mean?
You believing in Bo to get you those wins, or for the defense to continue to do what they're doing to get you these wins?
It's a team.
Are we doing it? There we go.
We are a team.
Yeah, I believe in,
We are believe.
in the Broncos. I'm done with them.
Our next super chat coming in from our friend Stout LLC. I was telling guys, I saw Trey and Bo ball out in college.
Oh,
It's too going
Troy
to get
Franklin and
real.
Bo.
Yep. Troutman is our guy also. Javante 100 plus, a top running back, multi-threat. I believe you. I think Troy Franklin is a good route runner. He just needs to get more time. And if he doesn't drop that ball, he has a great game today.
Yeah, and Bo's numbers looks a little bit better, right? If he doesn't drop that ball, I think. Where was I going with that? It was something about them and Bo and Trey and Troy, but I forgot about it. But yeah, if you catch that long ball, you know what I mean. Everything looks better. You get your confidence up, and it'll come. It'll come maybe later, but it just wasn't right now.
Yep.
That's what I was saying. Troutman.
Yes.
I looked to see. I was looking for the tight ends to come. To kind of come alive this week. You know what I mean? Get the tight ends available. Troutman only had one catch for 19 yards. I would like to see more. I think he couldn't be the guy. Dosage is hurt now or not playing. So, okay, next guy up. And Troutman, I think, can be the guy. I mean, he showed you right there with that 19 yards. So let's do it again. Give him some more carry. Give him some more, some more passes.
We'll definitely have to see, but one thing we don't have to see, shout out to our friend William Gaines with his super chat. Defense is dominant once again. Vance Joseph having the time of his life, and we've talked about it many times in the show. He's calling the game out of his mind. I mean, besides the first drive, completely shut down. I think it's 18-34. The Broncos played great. The Broncos defense played great, and they continue to play great.
I love this.
And they just constantly giving him a chance to go home and say, hey, babe, what else can I draw up? What else can I give these guys to do, right? Because that defense is playing so well, he's just going to keep on bringing it for sure.
And shout out to our next super chat, Adam. He's the one that put together the bet so that Bo, No has to.
Oh, big ad?
Now that I think about it, Bo and No, y'all should be like on the same page. You know what I'm saying? Bo and No, it should be locked in. You know what I'm saying? But Bo has looked better every game other than the downpour game. I predict sometime around week 10, even Knowshon will become a believer. Knowshon Moreno. Love this trio. Thanks for the show, fellas.
Adam, I love it. No, I love that. And I want to be there. I'm not saying I don't want to be there. And yes, when time goes along, hopefully he does get better. You know what I mean? But, you know, it was a great game. It was a great confidence booster, a good game to build on. So, yeah, we'll see.
And next one coming in from Manny, and we got some straight up goons on defense. Go DNVR. I think they're running around like goons right now. They're playing with their hair on fire, and they're not intimidated by anybody, and they're ready to make some plays. So I want the defense to continue playing like this. Next one coming in from Jacoby. How about Ferris Bueller making some big time plays? That's Bo. Like Ferris Bueller Days Off, he looks like Ferris Bueller.
Oh, okay.
I feel you. All right, shout out to Zaylin Begg, Champ and PS2, two elite athletes with elite production, elite work ethic, and elite football IQ. That's a Hall of Fame formula. Champ has talked about him a lot. You know, he says he's the best corner in the game. You saw them exchange jerseys right before the game, so there's a lot of mutual respect right there. You know, I think you respect when you see somebody that has similar attributes like you, a game changer in his own right. So definitely great to see those two guys connect. Next one, Kyle Garcia. Never thought I'd say this, but VJ, Defensive Coach of the Year. I mean, I said it. That was my hot take. That was my hot take before training camp started.
Okay.
I said this defense is going to be a top 5 defense.
Wow.
And even before that, when everybody was calling for Vance Joseph's job when they lost 70, you know what I'm saying, Miami. That was a long time ago. Everybody was calling for his job. I said, no, they're going to get it back. I said, not only will Vance Joseph finish this year, but he's going to be defensive coordinator next year. But now, I don't know if he'll be here next year because of how good of a job he's doing.
He might get
really
a head coach
may be a head coach again next year.
Right, exactly. I mean, even after that 70-point drought slapping, the defense started to play well after that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't get the whole call for that.
Yeah. We're rocking and rolling here on the DNVR postgame show, and I think I heard a little bit of chime. We got our boy Zac.
There he is.
Tuning in live from the stadium. Zac, what's up, man?
You got that Peyton Manning look right there. I see
you. That's true. Going the quarter zip in honor of Peyton Manning, who was at the game today and kind of gave the Broncos the boost that they needed, putting up 34 points. It's the most points they've scored since 2021, Week 14, when they beat the Lions in Denver. And boy, they had some Hall of Fame energy today. Pick six Pat, All-Pro Pat, Pro Bowl Pat, whatever you want to call it. Future Hall of Famer Pat, maybe. He was incredible. And I heard you guys reference Ferris Bueller. And you're like, well, it's because he looks like him? No, it's because of what Sean Payton said after the game. When talking about the heated conversation, if you want to say it was a conversation, maybe just the screaming and yelling that he and Bo had with each other after the game, or during the game. When we talked to Sean after the game, he said, how do I phrase this? Sean said, he has a little Ferris Bueller in him, and we need to get it out of him. And so it's like, what the hell does that mean? I mean, I've seen the movie once, but I don't know what that means. So he was asking about it later. I'm like, what the hell do you mean by this? And he said essentially like, there's some quirkiness. There's some things that essentially what I took from it is he does some things off on his own occasionally. Not like stealing Dad's car. He wasn't stealing Sean Payton's car, but I think in that huddle, right before that 45-yard almost touchdown pass to Troy Franklin, he did something with the play, and he went off on his own a little bit. And I think that drives Sean Payton absolutely crazy. But I think Bo thought that there was a reason for him to do that. And we don't know the exact details there, but clearly Bo didn't take it like Russell Wilson took it last year on the sideline when Sean yelled at him. He fought back, so he clearly thought he was in the right there. And we also saw the quarterback coach, Davis Webb, kind of have Bo's side seemingly. And when we talked to Bo after the game too, and I said, Bo, what was going on there? And he said, well, I looked at Coach, and he said, I love you. And I said, I love you too, Coach. So clearly a win helps all of these things. But I think Bo went off on his own a little bit during the game.
I think that's good. I mean, you need that energy from your quarterback. I think that keeps everybody fired up and keeps everybody ready to go. But somebody who didn't have to get fired up was the entire Broncos defense. Can you tell us what it was like from the second quarter on, being in that stadium with all the Hall of Fame players in attendance there? That was a defensive performance if we've seen one in the last 5 years.
100% Todd, and it's all about the Orange Crush today. We're in the 1977 Throwbacks, the first team to make it to a Super Bowl, and this defense looks like the Orange Crush defense. We're getting dangerously close to having a nickname for this group because they hold the Raiders pretty much they go 34 unanswered points, and the Broncos defense scored more than the Raiders during that stretch, and the game turned on its head when Pat had that interception. And that's the one thing that Sean pointed to about what Pat could be better in is making plays on the ball and not just being a lockdown quarterback, but being a game-changing quarterback. And boy, was he that today. And Sean, after the game, said that interception was a 10-point swing at least. That really 14-point swing.
Yep.
He had Brock Bowers open. He catches that, turns into the end zone. It's 17-3. The Broncos are in a big hole against the Raiders. Instead, Pat takes it the other way. It's 10-10. We're talking about a 14-point swing there. And then from that point on, it was like, oh, man, just how much are the Broncos going to beat the Raiders by? Not if the Broncos are going to beat the Raiders. And again, this is a team where the Raiders have been bad in their 8-game win streak against the Broncos, but somehow they just always find a way to win. The Broncos made sure that was not the case, and it was in big part because of the defense. Obviously, Pat Surtain's pick six, but his other interception was insane. Getting the PBU on his own and smothering coverage on Brock Bowers, then picking it off as well. And then how about Riley Moss? And Pat told us after the game, he said, that white corner's making history out here. Those were his words, not mine. And I mean, it's what everyone thinks, right? It's like he's the first guy since, Jason Sehorn back in 2000 to play the position, and he's doing it on one side, but he's got a very difficult job doing it because he's going on the other side of Pat Surtain, who's not going to get targeted much, and I think they just stopped targeting him after the 2 interceptions. Well, how do you get that to change? Well, you make plays, just like Riley Moss did. 3 turnovers in a game, you win 90% of those games. You score a touchdown on defense, you win 80% of those games. The Broncos defense did everything they needed to, and then the offense started to take off in the second half. That's when they really got their momentum.
Zac, I think that's the hardest I've seen you smile since I've known you.
Zac, tell us a little bit about that offensive line today, man. They did a beautiful job today. They was out there pounding the ball in the run game, and we know Garrett Bowles went down a little bit towards the end of the game. Is he okay? One, and then what did you see out of those guys on that sideline? How was their energy running that rock? Because it seemed like they were juiced over there.
Yeah, Jurrell, you're 100% right, and it really didn't matter who was in. I mean, at one point, Paucho left the game, and you had Matt Furt in at right tackle, then Garrett Bowles gets hurt, and it didn't matter who was in the game. Alex Forsythe was in the game at center after Luke Wattenberg got hurt, and it did not matter. They had that mentality that you pointed to there, Jurrell, of just we are going to take this game over, and it helped when Christian Wilkins, one of the best defensive tackles in the game, went out. But the Broncos just dominated, especially in that second half. They ran the ball. They committed to running the ball. Javonte Williams ran hard. He's jumping over guys and then getting smashed, but then getting right back up. And the offensive line was really the reason for that. They were getting holes, and that's the biggest thing here. They have to do this. Sean, after the game, also said to a radio station on KOA, he said, Bo is still progressing, getting better, but we still have to be perfect around him. And that starts with the offensive line, and they had a great game today.
Great game.
All right, man. Well, thank you for calling into the show. We appreciate your insight always. Like Knowshon said, we love your quarter zip up. Anything else you want to tell us before you head out?
Man, Todd, you asked what the energy felt like here, and it feels different than the past 8 years. It really does, from the head coach to the quarterback, but also to the energy and environment in this stadium. Midway through the third quarter was the first time that this stadium has rocked in a couple of years. Like, you are feeling the fans going crazy, and I don't blame fans for not being like that last year and the years before, but it does feel different. Broncos are now on a 3-game win streak. Bo Nix just had his best game. We saw the Broncos defense now making plays big time. This could be a team that makes a very serious run. And the Broncos are in second place in the division at 3-2 right now. A game up on the Raiders, half a game up on the Chargers. And if the Saints pull off the upset tomorrow night, they'll be 1 game back at the top of the AFC, which is insane. So, Knowshon, do you believe?
I love it. I love it, Zach. I love it. I'm getting there, man. You know, with me, it's about consistency. It's about guys, you know, proving it each and every week, not getting complacent, man. You play a really good game this week, right? And you got a Chargers team, another divisional game next week that you got to be focused on. And, hey, let's take a bigger lead in the division, right? So I'll get there, right? But I just want the guys to stay consistent, let this defense keep on playing how they're playing, and us improving on the offensive side.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot about Knowshon, Zach. You know, as his friend, I feel like I can never fall off. You know what I'm saying? If I fall off as a friend, I'll never get my job back.
You better be consistent.
Never forgive me for it. But thank you, Zach. I'll see you tomorrow here, 11 a.m.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. And Knowshon, you're my favorite. You're the best. I'm just always going to start on the good side with you, so I don't have to re-earn any trust.
Love it, Zach.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, bless
you guys.
Always good. Yeah,
All right,
man.
guys, that'll do it for us on the DNVR Broncos post-game show. Oh, I almost forgot. Knowshon, you got to
gotta go check. Hold on. Hey, listen, man. How about this, man? Listen. I just told you earlier I would like to, you know, see some consistency.
Uh-huh.
How about we double or nothing this thing? Let's
No.
This sounds like a very,
we can't agree to
this
that.
sounds like a very
It sound like you
inconsistent
back
guy
out.
no
here.
back out. If you leave, hit me with the double or nothing. Let's see him show this consistency next week. Let's
Hey,
double or
Toyota
nothing.
chat, is this scared money or what?
No,
I feel
hey,
like
listen. Double or nothing. Next week I'll chuck 2 of them things. Double or nothing. I want Bo to repeat what he did today.
Wait, no.
About
What's
2
what he's
tugs,
saying?
About 2 tugs.
Yeah,
We'll talk about it next week.
I think you're
But
reneging.
No
a little
renege.
bit.
No
I think you
renege.
are. If this was spades, you'd be, you know what I'm saying?
What's a double?
you're
I
out.
can't double or not. Hey, get it in the chat.
What are we doing
Listen,
here, guys?
Okay, let's take a vote. If the chat says you can double or
Listen.
nothing, we'll let you double or
Let's do
nothing.
a
If they
double or
say they
nothing.
want it down, then you know what I'm
Bruh,
saying?
I would
Yeah,
just
speak up in
love.
the chat.
Listen. It was a great game all together. We got the dub. That was one boo. That was one
All
boo.
of it. No
Listen,
backing out.
who-
Scared
what y'all
money,
scared
boo.
for? Why
You gotta
y'all
do it.
scared? Y'all not
Chug
scared?
it up.
Come
Tell
on,
him, go
man.
ahead.
Hold
Chug
on.
it up, peoples.
Hold on.
Shook. Oh, chug. Oh.
No double. So wait. So y'all don't think Bo can
Chug
double it?
Chug
Hell no.
it.
Chug.
You
Hey,
sound
All right.
scared, man.
All right. Put it this way.
Do
Put it
it.
this way. Here we go then.
You guys learned something about
Here we
Knowshon
go.
today.
This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do then. Bet this then. Bet this. I'll chug it.
Go ahead.
All right.
But if Bo don't duplicate this next
We'll
week,
chug it.
y'all gotta chug at least 1 or 2.
We'll chug one.
got you. We
How's
chug
that
it.
bet?
Yeah, bet.
Is that a bet?
2 touchdowns next
We
week.
got that, man?
With the 200 plus. I need.
No,
with
you
the
said you
200.
had 175.
The bet was
You was at 175.
You said 175.
Well, y'all scared for the 200?
That was 175. Now you trying to change it.
We're looking for a
Hey,
consistency bet.
bet.
130
Chat, bet is good.
and a touchdown.
No, you can't do
175, 2 touchdowns.
175,
175, 2 touchdowns. Bet's good.
175, 2 touchdowns.
Come on,
Had to
man.
read a couple
We
out.
gotta go. We gotta get to the concert. Hey, if you guys are going to
Kevin Hart, check us out.
check us out. We'll be out there. You know what
Nah,
I'm
this
saying?
is
We won't
not
be
right.
on stage, but you know what I'm saying. We're gonna be enjoying it.
Hey, don't come bother us too much, but we love y'all.
Get them on the solar. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
Believe, you guys.
You better believe. We'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Monday will be me, Zach, and Henry. You don't want to miss it. The best Broncos podcast in the nation. Knowshon Moreno getting it done. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
Love
you,
to
my
see
guy.
it. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Let's get it, guys.
We all silly like the mayor.